Turn with me to 1 Peter 5:8. Again, that 1 Peter 5:8. Like I basically said last week, not everything that is evil in this world is a demon or demonic possession or the devil. Now, of course, you can say that it's ultimately the devil and it's ultimately evil because the devil was the father of evil and the father of the eyes. It's where evil springs. But picking up in 1 Peter 5:8, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, walks about like a roaring lion, seeking to be made devour. So it takes that discernment, and it takes that, sometimes take that patience and that prayer to say, okay, God, should I avoid this because it's a devil or a demon? This is the gateway to which a demon can get through, something like that. And it often takes that. But there are cases where the devil or demons can get in more easy. I mean, I'm not saying it's guaranteed to happen, I'm just saying to be on guard for these cases because the devil or the demon or its minions can get in more easily to this. Psychologists and psychiatrists. Now I'm not casting aspersions or generalizations on all psychologists or psychiatrists. Obviously, I know some good Christian psychiatrists and some good Christian psychologists. I even know of some good secular Christian psychologists, psychiatrists that just listen to you and just don't try to say anything, don't try to give any credence to demon or demonic possession. But I am saying that whenever you get a secular mind into your mental realm, I mean, be very wary of that. It's basically the same principle when Scripture warns about being unequally yoked, because you can be influenced by that. And you can be, you won't necessarily be turned away, but your spirituality can be worn down by that if you're not on the same wavelength. And it's actually one of the best opportunities for the devil and for the demon to come in is in this modern context. Because in this modern context, we've got, we need to do self-acceptance, we need to do tolerance, we need to do all this, and if you don't agree completely, then you're a bad person. Which, first of all, I'm going to say, well, we don't conform to the pattern of this world. We conform to Christ. That's what he expects of us. And if that's what he expects of us, that's all we need to do, and that's all we need to be worried about. But like I say, we need to be on guard for these, we need to be on guard for demons, the devil, or demonic possession in modern context, that evil in modern context mostly, because we have this idea of, if you don't accept me for who I am, or even better still, if I've got to accept myself for who I am. I mean, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm just perfect the way I am. Well, new fans, and I'm saying this for people who aren't Christians as well, but like I say, there's a very narrow gate and narrow pathway to heaven, as the Bible says. And there's a broad gateway to hell, a broad gate to destruction, as the Bible also says. That doesn't mean we should just give up, obviously, but that does mean that sometimes we've just gotta yet others evil with their demonic choices as much as we wanna save them, but we can't. But this veil of self-acceptance, we don't need to go there because God accepts us, but unfortunately enough, that's not gonna be enough for some people. I mean, we want acceptance now, and that's what the devil can capitalize on. The devil can say, "Oh, I accept you. I'm gonna," and not only that, but all of these people who are like you, they accept you too. So that's all you need to worry about. We don't need to worry about. You can say all we need to worry about is worldly standards, worldly propriety. But for the Christian, I mean, we should warn against such things. I mean, so it's nice to be popular and everything, I suppose. But what we really need to be worried about is concerned about is even the righteous and holy life. And sometimes even the righteous and holy life, I mean, it corresponds more often than most, I say, but sometimes even the righteous and holy life doesn't always line up with even happy or fulfilled life. Or I shouldn't say fulfilled life probably, but it doesn't always correspond with even happy life because God can tell you, okay, I want you to ignore your base instincts. I want you to ignore the instinctual evil that was picked up from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. I want you to suppress that. I want you to ignore that. And you won't always be perfect, but I want you to try as hard as you can for my sake. Because at the end of this whole thing, at the end of your life, you'll realize that even for me was the best thing you can do. Because you'll be in paradise. And you'll be in a place with no sadness, no demons, no hurt, no anxiety. Just even in bliss with me for eternity. Guys, that discernment is what we need. Like I say, you can ultimately say that everything that goes against God is ultimately demonic. It's ultimately the devil, it's evil. Because the devil is the gateway for we get evil from, the knowledge of good and evil. But it's ultimately what we need to watch out for is where the demon or the devil can get through. And as its verse says, the devil is a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. Whom he may devour, that's opportunistic language. And the devil and demons are opportunistic. I mean, they can obviously come for people who have a strong spiritual foundation too. But what it mostly warns about is these opportunistic time. That's what we need to watch out for the most, and that's what requires prayer and discernment. This next generation, or mainly the next two generations, we need to pray for the most because they're going to have a lot of things thrown at them to either accept people or you'll be ostracized, you'll be shunned, you'll be cancelled out of the world. But all they need to worry about is the light of Christ and what Jesus and God ultimately set for them. And it's going to be hard to live in such a way. I'm not going to act like it can't be, or act like I'm not sympathetic to those who fall for a demon or the devil promises or the devil traps, because I'm very sympathetic. But there comes a time also when we need to just ease into their own devices as God will. Guys, I love you. I pray for you. I pray for this upcoming generation. I pray for these opportunities that the devil has that we may not fall for it, that we may rest in the arms of Christ. Guys, I love you. God bless you, and I'll see you next week.